This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 4-5.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out you.
Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5, man. We got a really talented individual here with us at the B. I'm really excited to have her here, man.
That's nice.
I was just reading over her accolades and some of the awards and nominations she's received, from Saturn Award to Young Artist Award, Broadcast Film Critics Association Award, Teen Choice Award, MTV Movie Award, Scream Award, Hollywood Film Festival. I got a chance to watch her career grow as a youth, and it's interesting because I'm in L.A. last week, have a B, and I went to see. I'm so proud of my daughter, who, I watched her grow up and been there every step of the way, and she was graduating last week, and I was like, I flew into town. I got to make sure I'm right there for her to watch her walk that stage.
Absolutely.
Kelly came with me. Kelly, you were there.
Yes, yeah.
We were at the Disney. Walt Disney Music Hall, and my daughter's walking across the stage, and I'm like, "Yeah, Keone, congratulations,
Oh my God!
Keone. Yes, Elle, I know you, Elle. I know you." And
Wait,
then,
this is so weird right now.
Kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
Okay,
kind of crazy.
wait, because Keone is like one of my very good friends. Like Keome's like the homie to everybody. Like Keone is the best.
Yeah,
That is so funny.
yeah.
I knew her dad was like somebody, but I didn't even like put it together right now. That's so
Well,
Oh my God, I didn't even put it together.
Yeah, and then I saw Elle walk the stage, and I was like, Elle's coming on the show next week. Yo, go
That's funny.
Yes.
Go Elle.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
yeah, well, Keone is such a Keone has
the
her
best.
own universe, her own world, her own way of doing and things, and all of her friends that I've met have been so cool. I got to keep a distance because y'all all been so cool. I want to make friends with you. You know what I mean? That's kind of awkward and weird. Right?
Yeah, you don't want to be embarrassed.
I know I don't want to embarrass her. Really, I spend my whole time trying not to embarrass her. So, but one of the things we noticed though, and Heather just brought this point up too, is everybody who walked the stage has some amazing shoes on. What is that
It's
about?
all about the shoes.
Is it?
Yes, because because we all look like blueberries in those royal blue gowns. We're not the most attractive, so you have to like make a style, statement with your shoes. That's what everyone's gonna see.
Was that like a conversation? Like, girl, what shoes you gonna wear after graduation? Was it?
And you have to be able to walk in them because you can't fall.
Yeah.
That would be terrible.
Yeah,
So what did you wear? What shoes did you have on?
I had on, they were light pink. And then they had like rhinestones on the heel. They were Dior, but it like a little sparkle. I thought from the stage was nice.
That's nice.
You saw those, right? Yeah, and
she
then
has
Elle
those
kind of Elle was trying to show off a little. She did a little run, little thing. I saw her running a little. Like, look, I could run in my heels.
I messed up because I almost went the wrong way, and we rehearsed it 1,000 times.
Right.
And I was like one of the ones that went the wrong way. But
She got on some nice ones
Look at
today
them shoes
too.
today,
I was peeking
boy, I
through
tell you.
the glass at the bottom.
It must be a gigantic. I remember graduating from high school, and when I graduated, it was scary because I had no idea what was next. But all you guys, your valedictorian gave a wonderful speech.
Oh yeah,
really all you guys look like y'all was like, snap, I'm eager to go.
Yeah.
What was that moment like for you when you walk, when they call your name and you finally walk? It's this thing you think about.
I was so excited. Also, it's like butterflies too. You're very nervous. And then you get nervous. You're like, oh, are they going to say my name right? I think all of us were scared they were going to pronounce it wrong. And then they say it and you get the diploma and it's like, it's done. Like then you realize you're never going back to high school ever again.
Yeah.
And then it's a weird feeling, but also I think that we were all very excited about it, but even some people were sad, people were like crying and
you were all smiles.
I was smiling.
You was like, look, I got my movie coming out in a couple weeks. I got the Neon Demon. I got to talk about that now. I can't be in high school with this movie.
Right. Did you guys do a senior prank?
Okay, we were so lame, our class. We didn't my sister did, she went to the same school and she did a senior prank and they were great. They like zip tied all the lockers, put Vaseline on all the doors, like it was really good. But then we decided that we were just gonna ditch school that day. But then it didn't end up working out because then the teachers were like, you have to tell the teachers ahead of time, like, what you're going to do, like the principal, because they've had some bad things happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so they said that's what they were going to do. And they're like, well, you can't do that. You have to actually have a prank. You have to come to school. Like, we're going to suspend you guys. So they're like, oh, so then they still wanted to have the prank, but then everybody just basically had their parents like call in and say, oh, my kid has like a doctor's appointment. Like, so it was like an excused absence. So it was just, it didn't work out so well.
But
yeah.
it's an excellent school, though.
It is. Yeah.
Come on, I can say it now. You
Yeah,
graduated.
yeah.
Campbell Hall. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't say too much because I'm not allowed to say too much about Kiyomi's world without her permission. Or I'll get put on punishment.
Queen Kiyomi.
But Campbell Hall is an amazing school, and they do amazing work with the kids there.
Yeah.
You know, y'all get real wild, and y'all so privileged and got all these resources and stuff, and you can run the world if you want to, and a lot of folks are responsible and accountable for the actions, including yourself. So congratulations. I just wanted to let you know I shared that moment with you. We're going to come back and open up the phone lines. You want to talk with Elle Fanning, and we're going to talk about this new movie, 888-742-3345. Who's your favorite artist right now? Who do you listen to most? Who are you listening to?
Gosh, I mean, I love Beyonce.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
love
right.
Lemonade. I mean, that's like so like, but
That's okay.
I do. I'm also kind of old school. Like I like Johnny Cash and like Neil Young.
Okay, damn.
Like yeah.
We're not going to play Neil Young. But here's some Beyonce. Sway the Morning
There we
Shade
go.
4-5.
I would sneak out into the roof at night. I thought the moon looked like a big round eye. And I would look up and I'd say, "Do you see me?" I would stay out there for hours. Sometimes I'd fall asleep, just dreaming.
About what?
What I would be,
What was that?
I could never figure it out. I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't write. No real talent. But I'm pretty. And I can make money off pretty.
Now that's a clip from the movie The Neon Demon. The title of the movie alone
Yes.
is enough to raise eyebrows. But the plot of the movie is enough to make you flip your lid,
Yeah.
right? The fact that you're playing this character is enough to make a parent faint.
Yeah.
You know, DB and I, this is DB. He's our movie junkie.
Yeah, I was.
I wasn't sure if I was ready for you in this movie. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of Kubrickish, like kind of like American Beauty, Eyes Wide Shut, that kind of
Yeah.
genre. Like it's there's some things in there that some people definitely, like he said, some parents might see their young child in and say, "Whoa, why did you take this role again?" You know, I was wondering. I mean, like, there's a million things I want to ask, but was there anything in the script originally that you weren't comfortable with, or that maybe your parents said, "You know what, I don't really want to see you doing this part"?
You know, there wasn't anything for me. I think that other characters definitely, I mean, they kind of are a little more extreme. But my character, since she's the innocent, she's more like the observer in the situation.
And you're the victim also. Like
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So, and my mom was on set every day. So she was always there. She always goes with me on my films and stuff. So, we kind of, and she read it beforehand and talked about it. But it was, I think that she wanted me to have the experience to work with Nick, and I think it's so different from anything I've ever done, and such a cool, just the theme of the movie. It's it makes you uncomfortable.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yes.
and Nick being a director, right?
Nick Refn. Mhm.
Okay. The plot is every father's nightmare.
Yeah, well,
Right.
if you just watch the movie just straightforward and just think of, like, you know, some of the gore and the graphicness and that kind of thing.
But let's tell the plot because
okay. I don't want to completely give it away, but basically she plays Jessie. She moves out to LA. She goes to this model casting. the casting director is pretty much enamored with her, falls in love with her, but then there's these other models who become very jealous of her beauty. And they've gone under the knife, they've had plastic surgery, so she becomes almost like this trophy to them.
Is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is, yeah, and it's like because it's it's like kind of that obsession with beauty, and then also how frightening it is if someone is telling you that you're beautiful all the time as well, you're gonna feel that power and start to really fall in love with yourself, and that's kind of the dangerous part of it.
Everyone around her starts to obsess with being as beautiful as she is because they all love what she has, and that everybody wants to work with her, and now nobody's paying attention to them. But it also makes you think about the way society is right now. Selfies, everybody wants to Snapchat everything and wants to Instagram. Everybody is so self-absorbed with themselves, and that's kind of like what makes you think about it in this movie. Plus, Keanu Reeves plays a deep, dark character.
I know,
but you
he's
never
always
see
normally
him.
like a hero.
He's like a cool dude.
Like,
hey, dude, hey, bro.
He's this like seedy, like motel manager, like creep. Yeah, I know.
Keanu Reeves is a creep.
Yes.
He was in the movie, but in
Neo from Matrix is a creep. Come on, man.
Ted?
In real life, he's like so opposite though. He's like so like very polite and like very nice. And we had like some scenes. He's like, "Oh, like, are you okay?" Like, make sure like everything was like he's so like nice.
Yeah.
So.
Do you ever get like? I guess starstruck is the expression to use. I know your family has been in the business for generations. It seems like but it's Keanu Reeves. Like do you get that moment like, oh snap, that's so and so?
Oh, I do all the time.
Yeah.
No, I do all the time. It's never like. It never feels normal. Yeah. Also, it's funny because there's a model in the film, and her name's Abby Lee, and she was like a huge supermodel, and I followed fashion a lot. I mean, I still do, but when I was little, I was very obsessed with it. So I would look at all the shows, and she would always close the show, or she was like the main girl in all the advertisements. So actually, I kind of got starstruck meeting her in a way because I had always like grown up seeing her photos and things, and then she taught me how to do the model walk for the movie. So it's like,
can I see the model walk? I want to see the model.
There's a lot of like very particular thing. You can't swing your arms apparently because it's distracting to the clothes, and then you have to lean back or at least your torso back so your legs look longer and like.
No smiling.
No smiling.
That social media aspect to the movie, that's an interesting dynamic, right? Parallel between life, fiction and nonfiction. How heavy are you on social media? Because social media can make you a star.
Oh yeah,
if done correctly.
Definitely nowadays.
Yeah, you strategize. What are
your
thoughts?
I was scared. I was actually kind of scared of social media for a long time. I think because my parents were like, "Oh, we want like more they were kind of scared of it, and so we're like, you just want to keep your private life private. And so then I got Instagram started, and then I got a private Instagram for just my friends, and then on my 18th birthday, which wasn't too long ago, I decided to just like make it public. Because I think I wanted to test it out and just see how it was. Because cause everyone's on it. Yeah. So then you slightly feel like maybe I'm missing out.
Yeah.
And I think I like Instagram. I don't have a Twitter or a Facebook or anything, but I like Instagram because it's you can make it what you want it to be.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You can share just photos that make you inspired, or so and with your fans too. It's nice to communicate, I guess.
Was there pressure? Because you mentioned that your mom is with you all the time on films. So say a mom is listening right now. Her kid wants to get into acting. How hard is it? Because did your mom just have to sort of shut her life down to just totally focus on you and your sister? How does that school? You still had to do homework. How does that work?
I know. I think it's my mom. I thank my mom for everything. Also, my grandma too, because also the thing about us was that it was my sister and I in the business at the same time, and we were both not 18, so we had to have an adult with us. Yeah. And so it was, my mom would go with my sister on sets, and then my grandma we're from Georgia, and so she moved out from Georgia, and now she lives with us, and she lived with us, so I could do films as well. So my grandma with me. So it's definitely, if you're child wants to be in acting, it's a family to make it work, and I think to have the support, it needs to be like a family affair.
Got it.
You have to have that, and if you don't, then that you can kind of get into,
Other,
not so great.
Yeah.
You know, when we talked about social media, I can't help it. The first face I see are the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And it had me thinking, like, with the whole sister lineage and how I just saw the effects of being in front of cameras and being in front of social media for Kylie. And it made me wonder, if your sister being so well celebrated, did it ever put any pressure on you?
It's interesting because I was always, I started acting. The family moved to LA because Dakota started. So she definitely kind of got me into that world because I saw her doing it. And then I felt like at first I wasn't as, I didn't have my own career. So when I was little, I would be recognized and they would say, "Oh, are you Dakota Fanning?" And I'd be like, "Oh no, I'm her sister," and so I think that it wasn't difficult, but it was like, oh, I need to be independent or like create my own self.
Yeah.
So that was something that I thought about as well. But having my sister, someone who's already done it before you, it's nice, because you can look up to them and see the thing. Also, it's like being being a younger sibling too. It's like, you get to learn from the mistakes. It's like,
where Dakota screwed up. She doesn't go down that lane. Okay. All right. Elle, I know you got to go. The new movie is The Neon Demon. Before you go, man, we do this thing called a mystery sack. When we play the intro, I want you to mute certain parts of that intro. Okay?
She 18.
Yeah, nah, man. She went to school with my daughter. Please. We're going to mute some things here, okay? Go ahead.
Go ahead and reach in.
Dig deep, dig deep.
Put your hands into...
Sounds gross.
Okay, all right. It's Sway's Mystery Sack on Shade 45.
This is really fun, really simple, really easy. You're going to pick out
PG?
3 questions.
Okay.
3 questions.
Pick out one at a time and answer them honestly.
Elle was like, oh my gosh, not honesty.
Yeah, I know. Wait. This one. Oh, okay. If you could have gone to prom, this is cute, with any celebrity, who would you choose? Ryan Gosling for sure.
Ryan Gosling.
Hi.
Okay, that was easy.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's nice.
All right, cool.
Oh, no.
Or should I take
You
it
sure
out?
you need a moment to think about that, Elle?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope.
gosh. All right, cool.
Maybe
cool.
Beyonce. You could have went to your prom with Beyonce.
I could. That
That's
would be
fire.
amazing. The
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
Girl power.
Let's see. What's the worst fight you and Dakota have had? Oh, this was bad. Okay. So it was a whole, sister stealing clothes is definitely a thing. And so my sister was away in New York and I was in LA, and this is kind of a not normal fight because it's like, all right. So, I went into her closet. I was like, she's gone. She's never going to see. So I put on like a dress, one of her hats, like shoes, walk out. Paparazzi took a photo of me. Okay, so stupid. Then she saw it online, calls me up, is like screaming at me. I couldn't get away with anything. I'm like,
That's a different
Wow.
life.
thanks a lot, guys. Like, that is just so annoying.
It was like of all ways to get caught,
Yeah,
right?
it's so stupid.
Paparazzi.
It was like, wait a minute, what is that she has on?
I know.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
What are your thoughts on slut shaming? Well, I think that it's also kind of what our movie is about too. About, there's a level of narcissism, but there's also people are kind of hypocritical about it as well, because you should love yourself, and you're supposed to think that you're beautiful as well. I mean, there is a line to it, but I mean, I think that people should be able to kind of do what they want.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, be yourself.
Do you.
I'm very into that.
Okay, Elle Fanning. It was quite a joy to have you on the show. Okay.
What a cutie.
I know.
Thank
Tell my daughter I said hi.
I
when
will.
you talk.
I'm going to text her right
Okay,
now.
I'm going to take a picture and send it to her. She's going to be like, what are you doing? Did you embarrass me, Dad? I didn't embarrass you, Keanu. All right. Thank you for coming by. The Neon Demon is in theaters this Friday. Check it out, man. This is a It's kind of like a psychological thriller.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Thank you, Elle. Come back, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Up next, Sean Porter is fighting for the welterweight championship of the world this Saturday. You want to talk with Sean Porter, 888-742-3345. I know you like this song, Elle. Designer.
It's Sway in the morning. Only on Shade 45.